Yeah, a fairly rogue moment and not proud of it. It's not something I'm not proud of.
This was recorded at the Media Joint.
That is so rogue.
Oi, that's a bit rogue.
Is it even that rogue?
Welcome back to another episode of A Bit Rogue. It is coming to the end of the football season, so I have brought back Jai Arrow. Welcome back to the studio.
Thanks for scraping the barrel, Skye.
That's all right.
I appreciate you.
He just wanted to come on and make things right with everyone in the NRL, his football players, his teammates. Kidding. No. I just wanted to talk about how your season went. So when you last were on, season hadn't started yet.
Yep.
And now we're at the end.
That long ago. Wow.
Yeah. Do you feel like the season went how you wanted it to?
No, it was horrid, to be honest. I had a really good pre-season. Was so excited to, I suppose, start the season. And
what makes a good pre-season?
Well, first of all, being injury-free.
Yeah.
Wasn't quite where I did get injured at the start of pre-season, but I came good after the Christmas break. So I had a good couple of months leading into the year to be fit, to be strong, etc. So everything was panning out well. I was happy with where I was at fitness-wise. I was happy where I was at physically and mentally. So I was ready for a big year, especially coming off a year where we didn't make finals. And as a player, you're striving to be there at this time of year, playing in the big games. And I had all the right preparations and everything. Even got to go overseas to America, to San Diego, then to Vegas. So it all panned out. I was excited. And round one, I had a pretty nasty injury with my shoulder, which set me back
Was round one in the US?
Yes, it was in Vegas. So the first time the game had ever taken, an NRL match or two NRL matches there to the States. Round matches, that is.
Yeah.
And it just happened I got injured.
Do you reckon that was the universe telling you to not play up while you're over there?
Oh, well, funny that. I did play up after.
Tell us as a rogue moment.
Yeah, a fairly rogue moment and not proud of it. It's not something I'm not proud of. So after the match, I'd obviously, my first carry, so it just panned out to possibly the worst game possible for me.
Who are you playing?
We were playing Manly.
Go Manly.
Yeah, we're playing Manly. So first carry I took, rolled my ankle. So I went, yay, beautiful, how good's this? Felt a click. Luckily, I've had both my ankles done, so had surgery on both my ankles, and there's wire holding, the two bones together.
Nice.
Which are they're extra strong. So.
But what about the ligaments and that? Didn't
completely rupture my ligaments. I did feel something click.
Yeah.
But after the game, ankle felt sweet, and obviously injured my shoulder, and then had been told that I'm not to, have a beer and etc. because I'm injured. And
but also like inflammation,
Exactly right. But for some reason, I've got a thing that's called authority issues. And when I'm told not to do something... A
little bit of defiant disorder.
Yeah, possibly. Authority issues. And decided I wanted to go and enjoy myself in Vegas and got into a little bit of strife. Not strife, but more disappointment, which, I wasn't...
Did you get a smacked bottom?
Yeah, I wouldn't say a smack bottom, but a little bit of I had a chat to the boys and the coaching staff, and had to...
The boys as in your teammates?
Yeah, my teammates who I felt like I let down, so...
Why do you feel like you let them down though?
Well, I did the wrong thing, and I'm someone who prides myself
by drinking whilst injured?
Yeah.
Did you get more injured whilst you were drunk?
No, didn't do that. To be quite, frank with you, I wasn't...
You weren't smashed?
No, I wasn't smashed. I guess you'd call it, my alter ego, they call me Jazer.
Right.
Jazer. I wasn't in that state at the time.
Okay.
I was fairly good. Also I missed the medical that I was meant to make. I was passed out in my room, and the boys, a few of the boys
Why did no one wake
up.
you?
A few of the boys did come and grab me.
Right.
And
What's a medical though? Because of your injury, or
'cause
just?
it's medical's just sort of like a checkup in the morning if you've got niggling injuries and things like that, to go down to the team room,
Yeah.
touch base with the doctors, the physios, etc., and get yourself checked down. But I did eventually go down. The boys come and grab me, and I remember going, I'm just going to go in there and get yelled at, basically. So
Principal's office.
Yeah, but that's what it was like. But then, look, I went in, saw the physios and that, pretended I was sweet and whatnot with my shoulder. My shoulder actually did feel okay. It didn't feel too bad at the time. And then, so it was a bit of a rogue moment from Vegas. But anyway, we're here now. I'm alive.
Congrats for being here. So how many games did you end up playing? Because you actually had surgery.
Yep. So the year sort of panned out. I did my shoulder round 1 because I was in a bit of strife. I wanted to, I suppose,
have a bit of a comeback.
Try and prove that I wasn't injured. But
right.
So I trained through the week. So we got home, had a couple of days off, and then got back into training.
Okay.
And I didn't want to go get a scan because I was like, well, I drank when I was injured. I've got to, I suppose, train and try and play. But it wasn't right. Like it was unbearable pain. Trying to make contact with people. So then the physios made a decision, look, you're going to get a scan. Went and got a scan, and I was getting treatment on my shoulder, and the physio stopped, and he just said, said, all right, mate, get up. There's no way you're training from now. Spoke to the doctor. He told me what it was. Pretty nasty one. Fairly uncommon, I guess. And then I rehabbed it for 6 weeks, and I ended up playing. With the way the year panned out, I played on with the shoulder. I came back Anzac round against Melbourne, and then played up until basically... Yeah, it sort of got to the point in the year where it was either I was going to start to miss a chunk of next year.
Oh, okay.
And
would you regret not just resting when you got back?
No, it wasn't that. It was at a point in time where we were a genuine chance to still make the finals. We made a run there. We won 5 in a row. We were starting to climb the ladder, and I wanted to give myself every chance to continue to win games. And if we did continue to win games, then I was going to play on.
Yeah.
The physios and medical staff don't know that, but I was going to refuse. But it just worked out that we weren't really any chance. And against the Dolphins, we lost the game, and I was already booked in the day after on my birthday. So
did they stitch you up with that?
Nah, they didn't stitch me up. So it was more they just wanted it done because of the recovery. So the injury's quite an interesting one. I'm not Dr. Arrow or anything, but it's called a supraspinatus tendon.
That's a big word for you, Dal.
Exactly right. So it basically, from what I've observed and learnt, it's the tendon that attaches your shoulder muscle and your rotator cuff together.
Okay.
So it's a fairly vital tendon that you know should be attached, and apparently you can't really function without it, like say your shoulder. Yeah. So fairly nasty injury, and the way that it just this year, going back to this year, it really didn't turn out the way I planned out.
It's disappointing.
I would have got the surgery earlier, but with the amount of injuries that we had as a club, there was 1 week there where you have a squad of 30 and 5 development players. So a squad of 35 essentially. We couldn't field a full team at one stage. So there was 1 week where, we had 15 of our top 30 available. So that's 20 players unavailable. Yeah. And we brought down Gemmett, who was playing for the Townsville, so he wasn't even in our system.
How does that even work?
Yeah, exactly. Well, we had to get permission off the NRL to fly him down to play him, and he came down and debuted for the club. He'd played NRL years before,
right?
So we flew him down, and then Matty Frenchie. He's someone who wasn't in our squad, had never trained in an NRL squad until that week leading up to when he was playing.
So kind of winging it.
Literally winging it.
Yeah.
But then again, like those are moments that you, as a player, you like seeing. You like seeing
Change is different.
Change. I've seen people get opportunity who I suppose would never think they'd get the opportunity to play.
Even
and
just to have eyes on them.
special moments for them, their family. So they're the good moments and I suppose the light moments of the year that you love to see. But then the dark moments are where you see 20 of your your squad and your teammates, missing out through injury and things like that.
Sorry to interrupt, but when Manly Tom came out and said that he was, okay taking a pay cut because of his injuries, how did that make you guys feel, considering there were so many of you injured?
I wouldn't say it really affected us. I think that's just, I know Tom fairly well. I wouldn't say I'm the best mates with him, but I know him fairly well. And I think that it just actually shows the genuine person and genuine care that he has for his club, his teammates and himself. And that was him wanting to give back. Obviously, he's had a fair amount of injuries and he wanted to, I suppose, give back to a club that's given him so much. And it kind of just shows the type of person he is. And you speak to anyone outside of footy, inside of footy, that they genuinely would say he's one of the best people you can speak to, talk to. He's such a genuine person. I wouldn't say it really changed our mindset. You do feel bad, don't get me wrong. You do feel horrible. You do feel horrible when you're injured and you're not able to give yourself to the team and play week in and week out. But it's more about doing things to get yourself physically right to, for a potential return to then start playing good footy. And you do have those dark moments, don't get me wrong. It can get frustrating mentally, physically. When you're not able to do the things that you used to be able to doing, then you can get into your shell. You can go into those dark places mentally, but thank God it's a team sport, and thank God you've got your teammates and support staff around you, community as well. They're always checking. It's one thing that I suppose rugby league players don't really utilise as much as they should, is the community and fans do care about you, and they do ask about your injury and how it's going. So we probably don't utilise that and probably don't think about that as much as we should as well. Yeah,
okay. Nice. You're a changed man.
Oh, lots changed. Lots changed.
So your season ended early, but you can't really rip in, because I recently learnt, not exactly the same as like Olympic testing, but you guys have an end of season medical testing.
Yep.
Can you explain what that is? Because I feel like I'm pretty in the know of like sports and stuff, and like I had never heard that you guys do this. So after your last game that you have,
commitment, they say last commitment,
you then have a medical. So you obviously get alcohol tested, drug tested, everything testing. Can you explain what it is?
No, so we didn't get drug and alcohol testing. I think that's kind of, so the day before our last game, that's when ASADA and that came in. That is obviously the test for performing enhancing.
Okay.
The in-house, and actually yes, the in-house, I did get drug tested actually. I got drug tested. It was the day before the last game, because I think outside of season they can't test you.
Right.
ASADA can, but I don't think the NRL can.
Right.
I could be wrong.
Because what we learnt with the Olympians that came on, they get tested. It's every night.
It could be
any
night.
Every night. You have to tell them where you are every single night, because they could come all year round.
Yeah. Oh, so with that, so we do have to let the club know if we're going away. So I'm going on a fairly big holiday next week, and you do have to let them know for, I think, the ASADA.
Yeah.
I've actually been tested by ASADA in the off season. I'll never forget it. Like, I just moved into this place. I was on the Gold Coast. Just moved into my mate's mum and dad unit. I had literally like barely anything in the apartment too. Like, I had a couch, didn't even have a TV or a TV cabinet. I was, planning on going to get that the next day. And I get a knock on the door at 8 o'clock at night. This is an off season. And I opened the door and knew exactly what it was. Saw the symbol, the shirt.
Oh my God.
And I was like, you're kidding me. And then they've come in and they're like, oh, you obviously know who we are. I was like, yeah, well, read the fine print on the shirt, champ. See, Australian anti-bloody doping or whatever they call it. And they not only took urine, they took blood as well. So we've had to wait for a
no.
nurse to come to the unit.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting on this, I'm not even kidding, like when I say old couch, I mean like 1990s brown leather couch.
Peeling off a little bit.
Sitting there, and this lady, and I'm not horrible with needles, but I feel like every time I go get a blood test, they miss the first time.
Ooh, no,
Constant.
I can't deal with that shit. Ooh.
So I do get a couple of jabs majority of the time when I get blood tests. So then the nurse has come in, taken blood, eventually got it. Third crack, she got it. And then, so they can test you outside of season. ASADA for sure. Never been tested by the NRL though, outside of competition.
Yeah, okay. Interesting. So you just briefly said something about going away. That was my next question. What are your travel plans for the off season?
Yeah, so a lot's changed actually. I've been in a relationship for a fair while now.
That is a bigger 180.
Huge.
Do you say 180 or 360?
180. I'd say 180 because I've gone from basically one end to the other, maybe.
Yeah.
Possibly. So me and my partner, Barina.
How long's a fair while in your world?
How long is a fair while? I met each other in November, and then official, we'll say March, late Feb, March. So yeah, we're heading to Italy for a mate's 50th.
Nice.
Their family's already over there. I'm not going to blame you, Barina, but we could be there, but you can't get time off work, but we won't go there. I should already be in Italy. And then to Ireland. So Ireland will be next on the agenda, and then to Canada to meet her family, which will be interesting.
Ooh, are you nervous?
Yeah. No, not nervous. The only thing I'm probably nervous about is having a beer with the old man and getting pissed.
Pulled aside for a chat like on the TV show.
I don't know about that. I'm worried about getting nude or something in front of him. That's one of my party tricks. I've been known to get naked on the piss, so hopefully I don't do that in front of her old man. Sorry.
She's never gonna. I mean, he's never gonna.
I would
leave the
never.
country.
But I'm just saying this, for your podcast.
My girlfriend's they're from the States, and we have been at all the weddings that we go to over there, introducing them to Eagle Rock.
Yeah. They got no idea what that is.
Yeah.
No, you can't even play it on Spotify over there.
Even my friends from the East,
but they're getting around it.
My friends from the East were at a wedding, and they couldn't believe it when Eagle Rock came on, that everyone dropped their dacks. They were like, oh, what is going on? And I was like, it's just weddings, culture, dumb.
Going to one of her friends' weddings too. Never met any of her friends, say, from Canada, only on FaceTime, I guess. But I'm going to a wedding over there, so I'll have to be on my best behaviour.
Well,
but if you're not, you can just play off that, that's just what we do.
Yeah, if Eagle Rock comes on and I chuck me back down, I'll be play on, eh?
Yeah.
Let's play on.
Yeah. We had them doing shoeies and everything, and they're freaking out like, what do you do?
Well,
then
man,
the next
what
morning,
are you doing this for? Are you crazy, dude?
And the next day, they're all coming up like, how do you get the smell out of your shoe? And I'm like, I don't know, put your foot in it.
Yeah. Well, there you go.
A little bit more somber than, what happens at the end of the season is you obviously lose teammates, and there's quite a few leaving the Bunnies. What made me kind of like, oh, that's sad, was Damien Cook leaving. How did that make you feel? Like, did you think that the club is making the right decision? Because he was with the Rabbitohs for 9 years.
9 years, yeah. It obviously happened mid-year. Him and Tommy, Tommy and Cookie especially. It was quite upsetting. It was a bit of a shock.
Were you disappointed?
As well. It's not that I was disappointed. I understand in this business it's so cutthroat, and things can happen. One day you're sweet. Yeah. The next you're gone. So I understand that part of it, but as a mate and as a teammate, yeah, for sure. Like, I came to this club because one, Cookie was someone who struck me as an unbelievable player and would have loved to have started playing with him, and Tommy as well, who is such a big guy. You feel so safe around him that No, it was more quite upsetting, especially the characters. Both of those guys bring such different characters to the side. Where, Tommy will bring that larrikin, hilarious, just
Class clown vibes.
oh, not even that. He just doesn't. He's one of those people who doesn't. He's not trying to be funny, but he's just so funny, and he brings a lot of, depth and character, and everyone loves having him around. If you're having a bad day, Cookie said this many times. He carpools with him from Cronulla. He always says, if you're having a bad day, you sit in the car with Tommy for half an hour, 40 minutes, and he just changes your whole mindset on the day. With Cookie, he's just such a genuine person who has a lot of care for everyone. He has a beautiful family, as does Tom. They're two people that are going to be sorely missed in different ways.
Yeah.
But look, it is what it is. And I actually spoke to Cookie today. I said I was going to go before I leave. I think on Monday I'm going to go catch up with him and
Nice.
him, Tom and AJ, hopefully, because they're the Cronulla crew. Catch up with them, have a coffee, a feed in Cronulla, and before Tom heads to England, and before Cookie, he'll still be living in Cronulla, but makes a trek down to Wollongong. So it's quite upsetting, but at the end of the day, it's a cutthroat business. You're in it. It is our job, but sometimes you just have to, when those decisions are made, to put up with it. And unfortunately, it happened to those two, but still got a lot of love for those two, and will be sorely missed. And I think the best thing about those two is, we talk about leaving the club in a better place than it was, and those two definitely have, for sure.
Nice. It is a bit of a mood downer, but it's something.
What? Sorry?
Mood downer.
Okay.
Do you want me to pronounce it
I'm
again?
going to be a Debbie Downer.
Okay,
Sweet.
fine. It's a bit of a Debbie Downer. It's huge at the moment because Spud Carroll is really speaking about it. So he's been diagnosed with CTE.
He has, well.
Yeah. So he has been putting out lots of videos on his Instagram.
I do follow him, actually, and I have seen a few things about it, yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
so he says that he's got anxiety. He's so tight that his voice has even changed. It's hard for him to get out, what he's saying. He's doing lots of treatments that he's said that are quite costly every single week, and he's pretty much bringing light to it so that there is, government funding. There's no Medicare, there's no rebate for it. Obviously, the NRL don't really support their veterans. With all this talk going on, do you get concerned that, you should maybe have a shorter career than normal, or, you just feel like that's part of life, being a footballer?
It is a part of life. I think if you go back and speak to the game's played in such a different way now to what it was.
When they were all playing.
When they were all playing,
Yeah.
you could get up and king hit someone and it's sweet. There's no worries at all.
Yeah.
All in brawls, clotheslines, you name it. It was
More of a rough game.
Yeah, it was. It was the way the game was played, and
bit of footy with MMA.
yeah, there wasn't much science behind it. There's so much science and technology around it these days that it's a brutal game. Don't get me wrong, and whatnot. But we are genuine. We're much more looked after than, say, your Spud Carrolls were. And
In the 90s.
it is sad, and don't get me wrong. It scares. I wouldn't say it scares the shit out of me, but it does sort of, put things in the back of your mind. You're like, well, am I going to finish my career with CTE, or, later on in life, starting a family and things like that? Am I going to get CTE? And it's such a tough question to answer, because it's one of those things that, a lot of people play the game, because we get paid, and we're obviously very grateful that we get to do what we do. But at the end of the day, we love the game as well, and I play the game because I love it. I've openly said, if the day I start playing the game because I'm getting paid is the day I'll retire, for sure. But
Yeah.
we do run those risks, don't get me wrong. But at the end of the day, I wouldn't change. I just want to finish my career, with no regrets. And going back to your point of, does it make me want to retire any sooner? Definitely not. Look, I'll play this game for as long as I can. And to the point where the club says, hey, mate, you're getting too old. You got a young kid come through, we're not going to re-sign you, then that's probably my ideal career, to be honest.
You can dig your feet in.
And then piss off to the UK or France. That'd be...
You want to play union?
No. Well, there's, Super League over there, so...
Fair.
If the club turns around and says, yeah, mate, you're getting too old, we've got a young kid coming through, I'll be... There's no worries. Hopefully I'm at the age where 33, 34, with this contract that is up now, I'll be 32, so I'm almost there.
Almost a veteran, Dal.
Oh, I'm going into year 10.
Oh, wowee.
Yeah.
The old dog.
Getting old, man.
So,
old.
You've already said kind of a rogue moment, unless you have anything else to touch on that we've missed over the past, 6 months.
Mm.
You don't have to share another one.
What rogue moment?
I don't know. I'm asking you. Can't really top the last one that you said in the last episode, so...
I wouldn't say any rogue moments.
You've been keeping the couch warm.
Yeah, as best as I can. I think I just had a very rogue year, with this injury. I had so many ups and downs.
Yeah.
The first couple of weeks of playing with this injury, I genuinely walked into the physio room and said, you are fucking kidding yourselves if you think I'm going to make, the rest of the year. Wouldn't say I went into any dark places, but I went into Michelle a bit. There's a thing called what do you call it? The off-feet chamber, so the altitude room, I guess you could call it, at our club, where I have had a lot of miserable times in there.
Like chats with a therapist, or?
No, like doing off-feet cardio.
Oh.
It's like training. It's like training at the top of a mountain at altitude.
Yeah.
That sounds horrible.
Yeah, it's horrible. It really tests your patience with the game for sure. And it was just a fairly rogue year.
Yeah.
Had a shitty injury that I got surgery on my birthday.
That's rogue. Who does that?
A missus.
I
3
know.
dogs now.
3 dogs, a girlfriend.
Yep.
So at the end of the year, everyone kind of brings out the new baddies, when someone's been single at the beginning of the year, by the time awards night comes around, you get to see all the photos of everyone's new boo.
Yeah. That was her first appearance too.
Really?
Yeah, that was her first appearance at an event that I've been to.
Did you reckon she done well?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah?
She's the most beautiful girl in the room.
Oh, I love that. Speaking of, when I do a game of Jai the Romantic.
This will be good.
I've got some questions, but I have it on paper, so I need to blindfold you so you can't see the questions.
What do you mean on paper? Is it on your phone?
No, I have to write it down quickly.
Yeah, okay, sweet.
I can't flip between. And I didn't have I'm going to put this on the back of you and cover your eyes, but can you make sure that it's...
Yeah.
You help me?
I won't cheat.
Yeah.
This better not be a fucking snake or something. You know how they do that?
Yeah, no, I can promise you it's not. We don't have the budget for that.
A snake. Just find a wild brown snake out on the road.
Okay, close your eyes again.
Yeah, they are. Sweet.
Alright, I'm just going to check if they're definitely closed. Alright, I've got my questions. Sorry, interim. So, my first question is, who is your ultimate hall pass person, and do you think your partner would accept it?
First of all, I think that's something you speak about. So yes, I'm pretty open about it. I don't give a shit. Anyway, and it's Gal Gadot. Gal Gadot.
You think you'd at least know the name of your hall pass?
What is it? I don't know how to say her last name. Gadot?
I don't know who the
Wonder
fuck you're
Woman.
talking about. Oh, okay. What do you think your partner thinks your best asset is?
Fuck, I don't know. I can't say arms because my fucking arm's fading away. Shoulder. I'm just going to say My eyes. They're blue. It's fairly uncommon, I guess.
No.
Well, she's got green eyes, so... Yeah, I'd say my eyes.
All right. Gas yourself, doll. What do you think her favourite food is?
Oh, she's Bosnian Croatian with a Bosnian Croatian background. Born and bred in Canada. I'm going to say like Bosnian food.
All right. What's her middle name?
Doesn't have one.
Nice. Quick answer. What's her favourite show?
I'm going to say The Real Housewives.
Love it. Must be a baddie. Her favourite shop.
Oh, God. Well, she doesn't really have a favourite shop. She more does like the online shopping where it has a range of shops.
Do you pay for it?
Nah. She's got a mad job. She's very well independent. She's a very independent woman, which is a very attractive trait about her.
Cool. Good answer. What is her favourite song?
Oh my God. Oh, no idea. Like zilch. Zero idea.
All right. So you obviously play DJ at home.
Yep.
If she had a pet peeve about you, what would it be?
My farting.
Okay.
She hates it. You should see it. Like, she's generally like, I just don't understand why. Like, how? How do you fart so much? And it stinks. We're in bed, a Dutch oven.
Crowy fart.
Oh.
All right. I just need to check if the answers are right. So can you take the blindfold off,
What do you mean
please?
if they're right? Holy fucking shit.
Is that a good prank?
It was like, how's
So
that?
did he
time
get
I've
them
pranked
right?
him really well.
I'm full blown rattled.
Okay, so are you okay with him having a hall pass?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay,
Absolutely.
great. Also, hi.
I don't even know what to say.
For everyone, listening at
Do you know
home,
what? Like I said, I was going to a podcast, but like, I was definitely going to tell you. I thought it was next Friday.
How do you
It's
think
with a
I
girl.
knew? How do you think that I knew that you were at home?
I don't fucking know.
That's why I was like,
I
is
told him.
anything later? Anything happening?
I thought
And
it was
you're like,
next week.
no, I'm going to cook dinner.
Do you know what I said to him? I'm like, wow, such good women intuition. So basically, on my way here, 10 minutes before we're meant to start filming, I got a message saying that Jai is still at home. And I was like, motherfucker. So I called him and I was like, women's intuition, have you left yet?
Holy shit. When did you fucking organise this?
This is the second time I've surprised him.
Oh.
What?
Oh, when did you get here?
like 10 minutes ago.
She was hiding in the green room,
she's
dumb.
just been watching that whole thing
Oh,
from the
this
green
is
room.
hilarious.
Yeah, you know there's a live feed in the green room.
Hey, you know, I'm going to tell a story about Mad Monday. Is that all right?
Go on.
Go for it.
Yeah,
No, you
so
go for it.
anyway. It's pretty rogue too. You probably like it.
Yeah, go on.
Yeah.
It's not bad, eh?
Wait, did you already have Mad Monday?
Yeah, of course.
Well, go on, spill the beans.
So anyway, well, there was one specific, not rule, but it was frowned upon, was to have the boys at my house. Well, our house.
Did you allow? You didn't know?
No. So,
It gets better.
There's a running joke. There's a running joke. I'm not going to say the name of our street, but there's a running joke. The boys basically back to Jai's house. It's a constant ongoing joke. And anyway, I was like to her, babe, there's no way there's going to be any boys are coming back. Like, there's no way.
So you set yourself up for failure.
Well, not really. And then anyway, when
Have you
was
ever
it?
heard of the thing under promise, over deliver? Might want to start working
well,
on
I'm good
that one.
at that. I'm good at that. So then anyway, what's it called? What day was it? Saturday?
Yeah.
So I booked a hotel and it wasn't ready at the time, so what happens when we're out? Boys, back to Jice. And I was like, no. So then anyway, fuck it, let's go. So I'm on the phone trying to call her or warn her.
What
hey,
do you
there's a
say?
thing.
Do you say, I love you so much, you're the best person ever?
Well, she wasn't answering.
Oh.
She wasn't answering. I don't know what you're doing. You're out and about. And then anyway, I was like, stuff it. Go out the back. So we're out the back. This is all long story short. We're going fine. Anyway, I sort of like, I was like, I've got to check her location, see where she is so she doesn't get surprised. And she was like, just down the road. So I went outside. Anyway, I walk outside. Bang, hits the car into the house. So I'm going,
by accident, obviously.
By accident, I'm going, you're Jan up. And then anyway, Mad Monday, like...
So you're fine. Doesn't
Yeah.
matter that you hit the house because
Yeah.
he had the boys over.
Yeah, exactly.
And then wasn't happy about that. So then anyway, I come home eventually at some stage. Was it Sunday night, Monday morning? There's a note. There's a note on the door. Sleep in Adam's room. Who's our roomie? So
Is that so? That's the doghouse.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
the doghouse. And then I
At least
walked
you didn't
in.
say go sleep in the kennel.
I walked in. I went, I win. Went for a shower and then come back to bed.
All right.
So I might be putting a note on the door tonight. Sleep in Adam's room.
Why? Because I still
Well done. Well
Thank
done.
you. Thank you.
Well, I got to figure out the answers.
Oh,
So, fucking hell, I've not finished my game.
fuck the answers. I'm rattled.
What is your favourite asset about Jai?
His eyes, so that was right.
Oh, good job.
That was right.
Bit full of yourself, but good job.
That's what I was saying. Eyes. Could have been like, arms, abs. Don't even have them anymore. They're gone.
My knee slapper.
Yeah. What? What? What'd you say?
I'm not repeating that. That's fucked. All right, what?
It's a bit rogue.
Yeah, that was too rogue.
This is Rogos.
You don't have a middle name?
No, I don't. That was right as well.
Stunning. What's your favourite food?
Japanese.
Fuck. I should have thought R&D. That's your favourite restaurant.
What is even Bosnian food?
I like Mediterranean.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Japanese. Well, that's why you said.
Japanese.
Oh no, Tanuki. We're going to Tanuki. Or is that? Did I just make that?
Yeah,
up?
we're meant to go. Remember, we're going. Oh,
Yeah.
you're away.
I was
Highly
away, yeah.
recommend, even if you didn't want to go there, go there. Your favourite show?
The Office.
That is like so far from the Housewives.
Yeah. I do like The Housewives. But The Office.
Thoughts?
It's the first thing that came to my mind because she was watching it today.
Fair.
Okay.
Favourite shop?
He was right about the online. I don't have a favorite shop. I
Yeah.
do shop a lot, but online, like bits and pieces from different places. So he was right about
Pretty
that.
much all girls, so lucky. Favourite song?
Tiny Dancer by Elton John.
Sorry?
Yeah,
That's rogue.
That's a good wedding song, actually, on the DF.
it is.
What's your biggest peeve?
His farting. Absolutely. It's
Oh,
horrific. It's horrific.
Does he toot or it's loud?
Like, it's loud.
Stinks?
It stimulates all senses. Your smell.
SBD, Silent But Deadly. Heard of those
Yeah.
ones?
You look like you have yuck farts.
Well, not all the time, eh?
Not all the time, but frequently. Daily.
I don't know.
Can I just say I'm quite chuffed with myself?
Fucking same. That's well done. Hats off to ya.
Thank you. Well, thank you so much for coming back on the pod.
I'm never coming back. Like,
Never say never, Dal. You said that last time.
yeah. Well,
Jack
you-
called me after it aired, and he was like, "What the fuck?"
Controversial stuff, and now that's one of the best. That's one of the best gets. Apart from what was a good get? Oh yeah, I got done the other week. The boys got me, but anyway.
But this tops it.
This tops it for sure.
I reckon the NRL just should make peace.
Like,
with
how
me and
did
hire
this
me.
even come about?
Oh, have you ever heard social media?
Yeah, I know, but what was said?
You debuted her on your Instagram,
Yeah,
so
of
I was
course.
like, boom.
Yeah, of course.
Send her a message. I said, let's prank Jai.
I said,
well.
absolutely.
It's called girl power, Dal. Watch your back.
You women are dead set crazy. I'm going to say that straight to the
No,
camera.
no, I
Women
know
are
I'm crazy.
batshit crazy. But I love you.
You did well. You did well.
Thank
But
you.
I love you.
Love you
Well,
too.
on that note, thanks for coming in, and that's it. I have nothing else to say. I'm a bit nervous
I
now.
have nothing to say.
Well, congrats, everyone.
Well done.
Mike too.
Well done.
Thanks for listening to A Bit Rogue, where we uncover the stories of athletes, artists, and celebrities with their most rogue moments. Episodes dropping every Wednesday.